Hello. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Hit like, hit subscribe. In this video, I'm going to show you how we're going to get to this stage. And what I mean by that is, it's not going to be the entire loop itself. I've got a kick sample, I've got like a gritty hat sample, but I'm talking about that synth line that's coming in. Bow now. Now, this is obviously going to relate to my sort of style of production or my flavor of techno, whatever you want to call it. But how did I get there? Quite simply. So we're going to start with this over here. This here is just from Ableton. Samples tab. I've typed in synth chord and here we are. So what we'll do is we'll turn the processing off and here it is here. Pretty stock standard. To me, when I hear that initially, it's not something that I would use. But because I sort of always use things just as a starting point to get somewhere else, I thought I'd start with something like this. Also, because it's very short, it's just one note on every fourth kick. But I wanted to intensify that. So how I did it in this scenario, to take it from here to this, is actually quite simple. I've used Soundtoys Filterfreak. I use it not all the time, but I do use it for sure. I got their suite. I use a lot of their stuff. I've had it for years. But I wanted to highlight the preset that I'm using. Low resonators 2. There's a one as well. And if I turn it on here, we're going to hear it straight away. Let's isolate that. And I've just got a kick up here. Some gritty hats, so without the chord. Just made a bit of a loop for us. So here we go. Off. Turning it on. Now you can see here it is a preset. If we go down to effects, you got low resonators 1 and 2. I'll show you 1 as well. Concept's the same. There's 2 filters running. They're linked, and you'll see 1 and 2 as I move the frequencies, they pair together. Now you can see obviously we're going to get that sound because the resonance curves are really thin and tall and peaking. They're quite sharp. So it's going to spike where it is in the frequency range. We'll go over to low resonators 2. Concept's the same, just parameters are set different. Now, I've got it over here on how I got rid of it. That's right, we'll get back there. So, the resonator is going to do the talking. It's just now going to be that point of sort of tweaking to where we want to get. So what I did was, first off, is I put the mix full, completely wet, 100% wet, so we can get rid of that original sound source of that W chord. And then we got control on the envelope. So I was trying to get a bit more aggressive. It's a bit loud. Control the input and output. And we'll drive it a bit more. But you can change all the shapes of the resonant curves. You can pump gain into it as well. And then this. It's going to have its own sort of distortion. So let's listen to it now. It's a bit off from where I had it, but I've gotten rid of those settings now, so probably better I'll show you live as well. Starting with this preset in particular, then tweaking it from there. And it really does come from the mix being full. There we go. It's a bit better. Then all I did after that, so I would get the original sound, get it away from the original sound by using the mix knob to go 100% wet, so we hear the effect, tweaking it to your taste between all the extra parameters we have here. And you can see here, when we hit the tweak button, it gives us further parameters as well. And you can change the style, squash, clean, shred. Shred's all right. And we can sort of tweak. So you get a bit more creative. Just bring it down there. Lastly, all I did is I just kept it in Soundtoys for today. I added the Echo Boy, which is also from Soundtoys. I've just got it on default. It's just doing a little bit of echo naturally. But again, they've got some great presets. If you go to sound design, they've got some wicked stuff in there. Let's try one. The saturation's great in the echo. Heaps of parameters down there. Then lastly, what I did was I picked up the cadence and I just made it more often. Let's hear it. Might get out of the sound design preset and use something a bit classic. Oh, hang on. I don't really like that echo, but now, I've done that live again for you, so I sound different to that clip I made. I just rendered it here so I could show you. And that one sounds better. And that's going to come back to the Filterfreak. So I know I did some extra tweaking down here. Could probably reset that. Go back to the dirt style. Let's try it again. And obviously tweak it a lot more in detail. Not just the parameters within the filter and the echo, but with your levels, your mixing, your EQ, your side information, all that sort of stuff too. So, short tip, just wanted to share it. But that can go for anything, right? You can use that same processing, and you can probably do it within Ableton with what it has available. But again, I mean, actually, let's leave it there. Even if we swap out, I'm just in samples in Ableton, so you should all have access to this. There's so many. And I just want to show you just for, if we just cut something like that. Let's bring that up here. I'll put it up there because I already got the chain there. We can consolidate that. That can go as well. Same concept. It's a short decaying note, but tweaking this, getting the frequency up higher. You can get, I mean, a lot of it will sound the same because we're driving that resonance up at the higher level of the frequency range, but you can go low and maybe get some bass hits. Or you could automate, you could LFO the frequency and get a lot more movement in it. Another thing you could do is you can tweak it on the filter. And if you're getting close but not close enough, instead of keep fucking around with all that, you can pitch down. Or pitch up. For short, intense things to maybe create anticipation or suspense and build on something, this is probably a good idea. Sorry, get rid of that. That shouldn't be like that. then you can intensify it as you progress. So, say for the next bar. One second. For the next bar, you could, as you're progressing through the track, have one like this. Then obviously more often for the next. Just to get some more suspense and to build up more in the track. You get the drift. Look, it's a very simple trick. You can do it with a range of different other plugins. I've purposely using Soundtoys because it was that preset on the on Filterfreak2 that really spawned this idea, because you can really drive the resonancy out. So I would have a play with it. You can automate that. You can use an LFO or an envelope follower. You can then further control it with the sample pitch and transpose up or down. Adding an echo or even a delay afterwards, just to sort of have things tail off a little bit, because in this case I was doing short notes to sort of get that suspense. And while you've got it open, and I'm going to do another one on probably my top 5 favorite presets, go through them, especially in this effects section. Like if we solo this, just off the bat, with the presets that are already in there, you can go through them and sort of find one that you like and then tweak from there for further manipulation. So yeah, short and sweet. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, hit subscribe, and let me know below in the comments if you are using Soundtoys to do any of this sort of stuff. Any other tools or plugins that you're using to get similar results, or that you're using for general sound design. I always love chatting production, and yeah, I'll see you down in the comments. Thanks again. Have a good day. Arrivederci. Ciao.